When most people think of England, they picture London, red buses, historic castles, and the famous Big Ben. But England is much more than its capital city. It is a country where centuries-old traditions exist alongside modern cities, advanced industries, busy streets, and a diverse population. From the crowded streets of London to quiet countryside villages, England offers a fascinating look at how history and modern life exist side by side. In this documentary, we'll explore England's geography, population, economy, people, daily life, London, famous bridges, transportation, and some of the places that make this country unique. Welcome to Atlas Travel Documentary, where every journey reveals a new side of the world. England is the largest and most populated country within the United Kingdom. It covers an area of roughly 1.3 million square kilometers, making it relatively compact compared with many other major countries. England shares land borders with Scotland to the north and Wales to the west, while the Irish Sea separates it from Ireland. The country has a surprisingly varied landscape. In the north, you can find mountainous and rugged areas, including the Lake District and parts of the Pennines. In central England, the landscape includes rolling hills, farmland, forests, and historic towns. Southern England is home to large urban areas, agricultural land, coastal communities, and some of the country's most famous cities. England also has a long coastline, with beaches, cliffs, ports, and seaside towns stretching along the North Sea, the English Channel, and the Atlantic-facing waters. One of the interesting things about England is how quickly the scenery can change. You can leave a major city and, within a relatively short drive, find green fields, small villages, farms, and quiet countryside. England is home to more than 58 million people, making it one of Europe's most densely populated countries. A large percentage of the population lives in and around major urban areas. London is by far the largest city, but other important cities include Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, Sheffield, Bristol, Newcastle, Nottingham, and Leicester. England's population is also highly diverse. Over the past several decades, people from different parts of Europe, Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and other regions have settled in England. This diversity can be seen especially in the country's large cities. Walk through London, Birmingham, or Manchester, and you'll hear different languages, see restaurants from different cultures, and encounter communities with backgrounds from around the world. This multicultural character has become an important part of modern English society. England has one of the world's largest and most developed economies. Its economy is strongly based on services, finance, technology, education, healthcare, retail, manufacturing, tourism, and professional industries. London plays a particularly important role. The city is one of the world's major financial centers, with banks, investment companies, insurance firms, technology companies, and international businesses operating from the capital. But England's economy isn't limited to London. Cities such as Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Bristol, and Liverpool have major business, technology, manufacturing, education, and creative sectors. The people of England are often simply called English, although England itself is part of the larger United Kingdom. English culture has influenced the world in many different ways. The English language is one of the most widely spoken languages on earth, while English literature, music, sports, television, and education have all had a major international impact. Daily life in England can vary considerably depending on where people live. Life in central London can be fast-paced and expensive, while life in a smaller town or rural village can be much quieter. People commonly work in offices, shops, schools, hospitals, factories, transportation, construction, technology, restaurants, and many other industries. The average day for many people starts with commuting to work or school. Millions of people use trains, buses, underground systems, bicycles, and cars to move around the country. And just like anywhere else, everyday English life isn't always about famous landmarks. London is the capital of England and one of the most recognizable cities in the world. With a metropolitan population of many millions, London is also one of Europe's largest urban centers. The city sits along the River Thames and has been an important settlement for almost 2,000 years. Today, London is a global center for finance, business, politics, tourism, culture, education, entertainment, and transportation. The city is divided into many different neighborhoods, and each area has its own character. Central London contains some of the most famous landmarks, including Buckingham Palace, Westminster, Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, the London Eye, and Tower Bridge. But London isn't only about historic buildings. Modern skyscrapers now dominate parts of the city skyline. Buildings such as the Shard and the skyscrapers of the City of London represent the modern side of the capital. This combination of old and new is one of London's most recognizable features. London's streets are among the easiest visuals to find when exploring England. The famous red double-decker buses have become a symbol of the city. Black London taxis are another recognizable part of the capital. Busy streets are filled with commuters, tourists, cyclists, delivery vehicles, buses, and pedestrians. Some streets are extremely modern, while others retain architecture that is hundreds of years old. People from different cultures and backgrounds live and work throughout the capital. For a visitor, simply walking through different neighborhoods can feel like moving between completely different parts of the world. Running through the heart of London is the River Thames. The Thames is one of England's most important rivers and has played a major role in London's development. For centuries, the river was essential for transportation, trade, and commerce. Today, it remains an important part of the city's identity. Many famous landmarks are located along or near the Thames. One of London's most recognizable landmarks is Tower Bridge. Many people around the world mistakenly call it London Bridge, but the two are actually different bridges. Tower Bridge was completed in the late 19th century and was designed to allow large ships to pass through the river. Its two towers and distinctive suspension structure have made it one of the most photographed landmarks in England. The bridge can still open when necessary, allowing boats to pass underneath. For visitors, the area around Tower Bridge provides some of the best views of London's historic and modern architecture. The bridge is also located close to the Tower of London, another major historic attraction. London Bridge. Not far from Tower Bridge is the actual London Bridge. Although today's bridge looks modern, bridges have stood in this location for centuries. The location has historically been one of the most important crossing points over the River Thames. Modern London Bridge carries thousands of pedestrians and vehicles and connects important parts of central London. The difference between London Bridge and Tower Bridge is a good example of how London's history can sometimes be confusing. Both are famous, but they have very different designs and histories. Transportation is one of the most important parts of daily life in England. London has one of the most extensive public transportation networks in the world. Red buses operate throughout the city, while commuter trains connect London with surrounding towns and regions. Birmingham is the country's second largest city and an important center for business, manufacturing, education, and transportation. Manchester is internationally famous for football and has also developed into a major center for business, media, education, and technology. Liverpool has a strong maritime history and is internationally associated with music, particularly because of the Beatles. Leeds is an important commercial and financial center in northern England. Bristol is known for its maritime history, engineering, creative industries, and nearby countryside. Each city has its own identity. This is one reason traveling across England can be so interesting. Food is another part of everyday English life. Traditional dishes include fish and chips, roast dinner, pies, sausages, and various regional foods. But modern England has a much more diverse food culture. Indian, Chinese, Pakistani, Italian, Turkish, American, Middle Eastern, African, and many other cuisines are widely available, especially in larger cities. One of the most interesting things about England is that history is visible almost everywhere. Castles, cathedrals, medieval streets, Roman ruins, old railway stations, Victorian buildings, and historic universities can be found across the country. England is more than Big Ben, red buses, and famous royal landmarks. It is a country shaped by centuries of history, millions of people, modern cities, rural communities, industry, culture, and global influence. Whether you explore the crowded streets of London, cross Tower Bridge, travel through England's historic cities, or drive through its quiet countryside, you see different sides of the same country. And perhaps that's what makes England so interesting. Within a relatively small area, the country offers an extraordinary mix of history and modern life. If you enjoyed this journey through England, make sure to subscribe to Atlas Travel Documentary for more fascinating travel documentaries from around the world.